So exciting. I think it's a left BMW on a 3% charge. My god! Welcome to my channel, guys. Thank you very much to BMW Malaysia, and it's the 330e MSPORT, which I'm really hyped up in featuring. In case you're new to my channel, what I usually do in this sort of videos is I'll show you how it's like to live with the car, as well as tell you guys things that I like or don't like through my whole experience of living with it. And if you like my type of videos, you can support me by subscribing to my channel. But honestly, I'm really excited that I'm able to feature cars from BMW Malaysia. And really, I also want to say a big thank you to you guys for supporting me. Feel free to comment down below if you've got any questions or you want to give a feedback or something. Alright, enough of that. Let's get on with the video. Let's start off with how do you actually charge this car. I actually picked up the car with no charge in it. So when I came home, there's only like 6% left. So basically, when you purchase the car, you actually get these two charging cables. The one in the squarish case is actually the one that you plug into a 3-pin socket like this, and the one that you get in this bag is a slightly faster charging cable that you use for public charging stations. Both of the casing is actually very good quality. This bag is also very good quality, and there's actually an eye performance badge right here. So I'll just show you how does it look like. Yeah. Looks like this, the fast charging cable. And to use this public charging cable, you also need the card which will be supplied to you by BMW. It is issued by Green Tag Malaysia, which looks like this. In order to charge, you would have to scan this card at those public charging stations, so don't lose this card. In case you're wondering, it actually looks like this on one side, and the other like this. Let's get on with how do you charge this car at home. So what you get in this bag is obviously the adapter. You get a pair of gloves. Oh, safety first. So you just buckle this. One-hand operation. So let me skip things a bit. Before I plug in the 3-pin socket, I'm just gonna show you guys that remove this tab here. Bring it to the charging socket right here. You can see I haven't unlocked the car, so this is locked. So you will need to unlock the door first. Then see that? All you have to do is plug this in. There's only one way in, you can't get it wrong. Come over this side. Plug it into a 3-pin socket. Turn it on. Looks like this. You will be able to see this green circle around it pulsating. And as I would perform right now, you won't be able to pull it out. It's actually locked. Alright, I actually unplug it to show you guys one more thing. Is that after you plug it in to charge, or the yellow ring to pulsate, and now the blue one that shows that it's charging. Once you lock the door, you can see that it's still charging, right? But if you were to unlock the door, the charging will actually stop. So just lock the door, and it will charge again. But I also want to show you guys, I said that if you unlock the door, the charging will actually stop, right? But it doesn't work the same way if you open the boot. If you open the boot, remember the car is locked, the charging doesn't stop if you open the boot only. So yeah, the charging is still working. Not like when you unlock the door, the charging will stop. Alright, that's it for tonight. It's actually almost 2 o'clock in the morning. We will continue tomorrow. I actually realized I really like to use the Max E drive coming to the office. Our office is just 5 minutes away from my home, so I'm gonna keep it to charge. I want a full charge actually. So, just gonna plug it in. And the only thing is that I have to pay attention to the weather. Right there. Just in case it rains, I'm gonna leave it here. Right, one thing I noticed is that once I plug it in to charge, the fan actually came on. I'm quite sure you can hear it, right? So anyway, I'm gonna leave it to charge. Lock it. So I just got out and it's done charging. The charging light is off. I want to take this opportunity to show you guys what's the range that I would get. See a green ring around it, that means it's fully charged. So So I want to show you guys what's your range on max E drive when it's fully charged. Oops! So it's in max E drive. Right, can you see that? 24 kilometers. Now, of course, a lot of things will actually affect this, the climate control and also the way you drive the car. So everyone would actually get different kind of range from the electric power. I mean, obviously everything requires something to power it. So if you put it in the max E drive, so you can imagine that. And just to let you guys hear how the car sounds outside when it's on max E drive. I'm not sure if you can hear that very faint buzzing of the electric motor. This is when it's on. So basically I just moved the car and I guess this is how I'm gonna use it. I'm just gonna throw the cables in the boot. Probably put it back like this. Yeah. On a daily use. Okay, now we're gonna demonstrate the parking assistant. So what you do is that you just press this button right here and just move forward. You don't have to measure the car park space, so you just go. So stop. Then it will ask you whether you want to parallel park or park into a parking bay. I mean a perpendicular parking. So you just use this thing to select. Oh yeah, you need to turn on signal. Which side you want to park, and it'll ask you bay parking or parallel parking. In this case, parallel parking. So to begin, you just select reverse gear, and you don't have to touch the steering at all. Do you have to accelerate? All you have to do is just select the correct gear and brake manually. So it will tell you all the instructions here, so you just follow lah. Parking completed. Done. Is it easy to use? Very easy to use. It's in auto e-drive by default, so right now I'm just gonna go out and talk to you guys about the car. How does it drive? I have the sunroof open. Well, just the shade, not the whole glass. It's super hot outside. So by default, this car is in auto e-drive. That's why it's in electric mode. If you realize that the needle is in ready mode rather than the RPM. When it goes up above the ready, that means the engine is running. So I'm just gonna put it into max E drive. So since I'm driving on max E drive, all you could hear right now is probably just the tire noise and also the aircon. If you could hear rattling noise, that's actually the bottle on my right door bin right here. So let's talk about this car a bit. What you get is a 2-litre turbocharged engine paired to a electric motor, and the combined output of that is actually 252 horsepower and 420 Newton meters torque. And seriously, you really don't need more than that in daily driving. And all that power is actually sent to the rear wheel. And yesterday I tried to floor it a bit. The road was a bit wet. I actually got some wheel spin out of it, you know. So you guys have to be careful if you drive this in the rain. I'm not saying that it's not safe, but then just be careful because it's actually a lot of power that you're dealing with right now. That kind of power will actually push you from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 6.1 seconds. And all that is mated to a 8-speed ZF gearbox. It's really smooth. You don't get jerks at all, you know. If you get jerks, right, probably it's just your driving style. The power delivery is also very linear. It's very smooth. When you pick up from 0, right, there's no jerks at all. The brakes are a little spongy, but that's because it has regen in it for the battery. In case you didn't know, plug-in hybrids are actually more suited for city driving. Well, it's meant for city driving. So for instance, in this case, I'm actually in KL. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. On a normal day, right, especially peak hour, you get a lot of jams here and there in KL, which means you'll be in a lot of stop and go traffic. So when you brake or even you slow down, the car will actually recharge itself. It's only when you deplete all of the battery power that the petrol engine will come on. And in auto e-drive, you can actually go up to 80 km per hour on electric only. It is only after 80 km per hour that the petrol engine will kick in. If you are on max e-drive, you can actually go up to 120 km per hour on electric mode. But seriously, I'll just leave it in auto e-drive most of the time. In electric mode, it's really smooth. I love the sensation. And coming out of the cabin, well, it looks fairly familiar because it's been around for quite many years. A new tree is actually coming out. And coming out to the steering wheel, what more can I say? It's really nice. The quality of the steering wheel is very nice to hold, very soft. And the 9 3 indentations, well, they're really well balanced. I love holding this steering wheel. So comfortable. And you also get an M badge at the bottom. Although it's not flat bottom, but it's fine. This is really nice. On the left, you actually get your cruise control and speed limiter functions, and on the right is actually your voice control and also other controls for you to navigate around the multimedia and stuff. I did not tell you guys this, but there's actually a head-up display as well. It's actually protected through the front windscreen without a screen popping up like normal cars. So it's really nice and it's in color, it's full color. There are quite a few things that are displayed on the head-up display as well. When you change songs, for example, the whole playlist will just scroll through in front of you. Look at that, the pickup. Seamless. And back to the steering wheel, is really direct. It has servotronic, that means it's actually speed dependent. So at lower speeds, if you are coming out through a corner or out for a parking spot, it's really light. They made it light at low speed so that it can turn easily. When you get up to high speeds, obviously it's going to become heavier because, well, servotronic. There's one more thing that I want to show you guys. If you are familiar with BMW, in this 330e M Sport, you actually don't get start-stop button because this is a plug-in hybrid and it's going to turn into electric mode when you are at a standstill. And the seats are really supportive. I really like it. You get memory function, you get a lot of adjustments as well, but you don't get lumbar support. You do get side bolsters to hold you in place because these are M Sport seats. But there's one problem with the M Sport seats is that the side bolsters are kind of protruding. As you can see right here, it will actually hit your elbow quite often actually. And I don't find it quite comfortable. And this car being the M Sport variant, you also get M Sport suspension. It's not adaptive, you can't alter the ride stiffness. But that being said, it's not really uncomfortable. It is still decent. You don't really feel very harsh bumps and all. Obviously, if you go through a pothole or whatever, it's gonna give you a jolt. But that is for the driver's seat. I actually sat in the back seat. I personally feel that it's a bit uncomfortable if you go through a bump a bit faster, and the car feels really light actually. The back end of the car does feel a little light at times. It's not a complaint or whatever, it's just an observation that I felt while driving this car for a few days. And how could I forget telling you guys what's the fuel consumption like in this car? After driving this car for 3 days now, the fuel consumption that I got in this car is actually 6.5 liters per 100 kilometer. That is quite impressive for a car this size with this sort of power. If you actually watch my E350e plug-in hybrid video, you would have seen that fuel consumption wasn't that good. I'm not comparing the two cars, but the thing that I realized is plug-in hybrid makes more sense in smaller size cars. Well, it's just common sense because if it's a bigger car, that means you are heavier, so it's like defeat the purpose. Just like Land Rover made a plug-in hybrid Range Rover. I don't know why does that even make sense. Just because they want to lower the emission. And sound insulation is really good. And since it's raining right now, you can actually hear how does it sound like when rain is battering down your car. I hope you guys can still hear me, but noise from the outside when it's not raining, it's actually insulated really well. The only noise that you would hear is the tire noise, which is fairly common in a lot of cars as well, but it's not very intrusive to the point that it annoys you. NVH is really good. You don't really feel the vibration from the engine. Even when the petrol engine kicks in halfway while driving, you don't really feel it unless you switch off every single thing and just wait for it to come on. Obviously you will actually feel it, but when you're driving like that, the transition between the electric motor and the petrol engine is really seamless. So right now I'm actually in traffic and the car is in electric mode. It's so quiet. The only thing I can hear right now obviously is the rain and the wipers. It really feels very smooth. No jerks whatever unless I suddenly brake over. If you want to watch me drive in different modes in this car, there's actually a lot of modes. Watch my silent POV drive of this car. my god, it's so well composed. It's really a joy to drive, you know, this car. Really reminds me why I like this car so much after I first test drove it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any cars that you want to see, you can just comment down in the comment section. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe right now, because I would be able to feature more cars for you. See you in the next video.